All right, it's been a while, and I'm very limited on time because I am right in the midst of some dense paper writing, let's say, and so I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. But it just kind of dawned on me, and it's the funny things of kind of out of sight, out of mind. I've been so focused in on the work I've been doing, which is a good thing, that it dawned on me I have not really given an update on YouTube. But I thought I would take like a few minutes, and I'm sorry it is going to be just a few minutes because I'm short on time. But I wanted to kind of give like some progress updates because it has been such a huge like game changer kind of semester in a good way that I don't even know where to start almost, but let's just try this. So basically, I think it was kind of last spring or fall where I actually like posted more like specific updates or an explanation of the the um the channel. And a lot has happened since then, and so I just wanted to give some kind of like progress update. So since then, I had been like, so on an ADHD note, let's just say, I have uh, been prescribed two medications, and I'm not going to say which ones just because like I don't want anyone to assume or think that like this is the one that should work for you kind of thing, because I think that like from what I understand, that's a very specific to the person kind of thing. So I would say talk with your doctor, seriously, because I think that that's going to make the biggest difference. But after taking the medications, one is for my anxiety, depression, and the other is for the ADHD. And I wouldn't say like, oh, it's a magic pill so you can like forget all of the skills that you learn in things like cognitive behavioral therapy. No, it's not like that. But it's like the best way I can describe it is that taking the medication has allowed me to significantly reduce like my physical reaction and response, or like my cognitive response, I guess, to whatever's going on, like the stressors and things like that, that in order to be able to allow me to kind of utilize the skills or tools that I learned in therapy. So that combination has made such a huge difference. I'm still a long ways from, maybe like having everything just, you know, dialed into a really effective way. Um, but I have been able to really begin implementing certain types of things that really have helped me stay on track this semester. It has helped me really reduce like my stress levels and um, just my overall ability to cope day to day. And I think that that has been really significant. There's only been a couple times I think where it's like really been overwhelming, but um, compared to maybe even just like 8 months ago, my ability to kind of experience it, overcome it, and kind of move forward has significantly reduced in time. So that is really nice to know. But I would say, let's call it this way, the top three things beyond the medication part that has like really helped me this semester. One, finding an organizational tool that truly works for me and not really like just trying to like fit what I think is supposed to work. And so that's why like I emphasize the whole idea of like finding what works for you, even if it doesn't feel like it's maybe right for somebody else. But if it's keeping you on track and allowing you to stay organized, do it. And for me, it's a kind of a multimodal thing of breaking down projects or ideas with a Gantt chart, and then using a task manager online to essentially like remind myself of those tasks each week, so that I'm not, because something I realized is that for me, I get overwhelmed with decision, and so then I freeze and I don't want to do anything. So that's kind of alleviated that. Two is having exercise as a priority in some ways, because for a while I would think, oh, I don't have time because I have to do this. And then, of course, because I'm not taking care of myself, I just wouldn't really be fully there for the actual studying portions and things like that. And so having set times where I'm like, okay, I know that for an hour for this day, I do nothing but exercise, period. Of course, there are days where like I just don't feel well and that doesn't happen, but like I don't beat I don't beat myself up over it either. Um, and I just kind of know, okay, well, I genuinely need sleep today, so I have to prioritize sleep over exercise kind of thing. But it's a very like conscious choice with valid reasoning, not just, oh, I don't have time because I have to get this work done, and really I don't do anything that changes my progress. So that's the key thing there. And then um, third is, I think, my, how do I describe this? Like environment, I guess you could say. So one of the reasons I'm in my office at this time is because I needed to segment like a study space and I needed a space for home. And while I do like going to coffee shops, like I study really well in coffee shops, but that's also not very friendly on the budget all the time. And so what I did is I realized I didn't love being in my office just because, well, if anybody's been in an office before, it doesn't feel always comfortable, maybe the way it's just naturally like presented. So I made some creature comfort changes where, like, for example, softer lighting because I don't like fluorescent lights. It's just too much. And making sure that like I can use my laptop and like adapt it to the desktop, and just make functional things that allow me to do that. And then also like making a conscious choice that like when I get up in the morning, I leave for the day and I don't really return until I'm done working. So basically what that means is, with a few exceptions, I don't work at home, period. There are a few like extreme, like some situations where I'm like, I'm so tired, I don't feel well, but I have to get work done. And so I will do that at home. Like, it's not a hard line rule, but on an average day, I do not get work done at home. I always make sure I come to the office. So whether it's a Saturday, whether it's a Tuesday, if I have work to do, I do it in the office. And it's allowed my brain to be like, okay, this is work time, get it done. And then when I'm at home, I don't have to worry about the distractions around me that would impede my ability to get work done. So at this time, those are like the three key things. And then also to kind of like round it all off, because I don't want to get too lengthy in this video, but where I'm at now is I'm basically in a stage that I'm reaching the end of my classes as a student, and transitioning into kind of like the dissertation phase. And I'm very excited about it. I have a lot of things that I'm looking forward to, but it is really busy because I am still kind of balancing taking classes and essentially writing my prospectus or proposal. Like, people might call it something different, but we have 3 phases. And so I am just trying to make sure I dedicate enough time to those things while also managing my projects and teaching. But I will say though that like having those 3 things on top of the medication has made this semester so much more possible and manageable than it has in the past. And so it's a really good feeling to be in this place. Is it by any means perfect? No. But my stress levels are lower, on average, let's say, and I'm actually exercising, which is what I wanted to do. I'm eating healthier, not perfect. I'm not, again, I'm intentionally avoiding the words perfection, because that's something that I would be really caught up in, being like almost a perfectionist. So it's more that like everything is moving in the direction that I'm hoping it to move in a realistic way. So I hope that this video wasn't too jumbled for you, but I just wanted to kind of give that type of just status update of where I'm at with like the ADHD progress and since diagnosis, and also what that meant for my program as a PhD student. I always say like, oh, in future videos, like I'll do this. I hope to do that. I genuinely do, but I also have to prioritize my work because I'm a PhD student. Like that's what I do, and so when time allows it, I will. But for the time being, I make do with what I have. So hopefully the next video will be kind of more of a study with me session, but we'll see how that goes. Anyways, have a good day.